Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. Let us for this afternoon look at Gwabeni, the man who's the center of it all, up to this stage in the sense of MEYIWA trial. The issue that I want to address this afternoon is, was Gwabeni arrested? And if Gwabeni was arrested, what was Gwabeni arrested for? I've been looking at this issue around Gwabeni's, assaults that he, experienced or were meted out to him by the police, which were in themselves very brutal. There are two things that Gwabeni could possibly have been arrested for, but that did not happen. Gwabeni allegedly could have been arrested for the unlawful possession of a firearm. You remember that firearm that he said Mapumulo planted on him, and he denied ever being in possession of that firearm. Secondly, Gwabeni could be charged with, being a co-conspirator in the death of Senzo MEYIWA. None of those things have happened. Gwabeni has never appeared before any court of law on charges of possessing an illegal firearm. He has never appeared before any court of law on charges of having to do anything to do with the killing of Senzo MEYIWA. So what was this criminal enterprise of getting Gwabeni all over the place and ending up not charging him? You see, the whole idea of sort of coming up with this bogus arrest of Gwabeni was really to intimidate him. It was to intimidate him into, sort of making him fear that, he was complicit in the death of Senzo MEYIWA, and that the police would then do him a favor by turning him into a state witness, which thing they never did. And this is why Gwabeni up to today is saying, they wanted me to be part of that criminal enterprise and I was not willing to be part of that criminal enterprise. And this is why Gwabeni ended up not testifying for the prosecution. So on the face of it, if you can call Gwabeni's arrest, I don't want even to call it an arrest. I want to call it an unlawful arrest, if anything. But for me also, I can take it a step further and say this was just some criminal enterprise here underway. Because a proper arrest will always result in somebody appearing before a magistrate. If there was anything behind the arrest of Gwabeni for anything, be it that firearm or be it in connection with the killing of Senzo MEYIWA, why was Gwabeni not charged? So on the face of it, that is a good case for Gwabeni. Gwabeni is a good case against the police for a malicious arrest. You see, a malicious arrest, so malicious that it is not even specified, because at no stage during Gwabeni's bogus arrest is he ever charged with anything. All that the police keep on torturing him about is what he knows about the death of Senzo MEYIWA. No charges are preferred against him at all. So the whole thing becomes malicious, because we see here the police on a frolic of their own. They are not putting charges. If Gwabeni was a suspect for the possession of an unlawful firearm or an illegal firearm, the police should have at least preferred those charges against him. Those charges are not to be seen anywhere. So after that malicious arrest now, Gwabeni gets subjected to all these brutal assaults, which in themselves are criminal in nature, because what was the purpose of those assaults? Gwabeni has yet another case here against the police for assault, because in any event, even if they're conducting an investigation, there was never a need for them to assault him. So assault in itself, under any circumstances, is a crime under our law. So that is the predicament of Gwabeni. Now, coming up to the latest developments in the sense of MEYIWA trial, it is interesting to note that the assault that he has testified about actually related to that, non-existent charge of the unlawful possession of a firearm. So that if Judge Ratana wants to call people like Gininda, what is he calling them in connection with? Because, those assaults were actually being undertaken purportedly by the police when they were investigating that unlawful possession of a firearm matter. So that brings in a whole sort of, it opens up a whole Pandora's box of issues around how Gwabeni was treated. But in a nutshell, it would appear that Gwabeni has a strong case against the South African police, right, for malicious arrest and the assault that followed that malicious arrest. So as we brace ourselves for the resumption of the trial next year on the 19th of January, I will from time to time be bringing you analysis out of the case, because there have been so many incidents that have transpired during the course of this trial. We are never short of drama in this thing. There's always something that happens in this trial. And the irregularities here, I've stopped counting the number of irregularities that have occurred in this trial. But having said that, let me thank you for watching this video. Let me thank you for all the views, subscriptions, and likes that I'm seeing. And have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon and evening.